What a huge shock this would be. Super Sunday certainly went to plan for Arsenal, and 2 more goals for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to see him join Jamie Vardy at the top of the Premier League goal-scoring charts. Gary, how impressed have you been with him?
Hugely impressed. I've watched a lot of him, obviously, over the last 2.5 years, like we all have. And yet, like probably everybody else, never really put him up there when you mention about the Premier League great players, when you talk about the Premier League's world-class players. But if you look at the most goals in the last 2 seasons in the Premier League, this is from the start of last season, you know, he's at the very top of it, ahead of Aguero, Salah, Vardy, Mane, Sterling, Kane, who we don't hesitate for 1 second to describe as being great. However, we never really put Aubameyang in that category. And I'm not just talking about myself on this particular programme, I'm talking about probably most other people on most of the programmes that I watch. If you said, name your top 5 strikers in the Premier League, name the people who you think you could rely upon to score the most goals, you wouldn't mention Aubameyang. There's almost like a hesitation or a reluctance to accept him as what he is. And yesterday I was watching him, and it probably hit me part way through the second half, but you know, he was absolutely outstanding. And you talk about Arsenal lacking characters and lacking leadership. I think this guy has everything you would want. There's a bit of Ian Wright in him. There's a bit of nastiness in him. I think in his interviews after a game, he shows personality and character. He works hard off the ball. He works hard on the ball. And if you look at his minutes per goal, and this is since he... 1 second. This is actually Premier League history, minutes per goal. Aguero at the very top. We know the world-class nature of Aguero. Harry Kane. Henry. He's 1 minute behind Thierry Henry. Now, Henry played over a longer period of time. He's ahead of Salah, Van Nistelrooy. Jesus is in there, who's got a great record at Manchester City, mainly coming off the bench. But Ruud Van Nistelrooy at Manchester United, if you said to me, it felt like he scored a goal every 10 seconds. Aubameyang's scoring a goal ahead in minutes per goal than Van Nistelrooy. It's unbelievable, this performance from this lad over 2.5 years. He's not mentioned as world-class. We don't mention him as a Premier League great. And I think we have to.
Has he shown he can adapt as well? In many respects, Arteta is what you'd call a Guardiola disciple. He'd expect his wide forward players to be working back. Is this the challenge for a player now who you describe as a kid, but he's actually over 30?
Yeah, no, a kid. I was describing him as a kid because of his age. I was describing him just this lad. And essentially, I've heard it particularly described of players at United over the last few years. Even when I was playing, Rooney's been shoved out of the left for England, he can't play there. Rashford's out on the left, how can he score goals? Martial's been thrown on the left. This lad's been thrown on the left now for the last few games. He's working harder than he's ever worked. He's looking as big a goal threat than he's ever been. And I thought it was a test, to be fair, when Arteta took over, he put him out on the left. I thought, will he throw the toys out of his pram? He had this reputation when he came over from Dortmund that he might be a little bit difficult. We asked the question in here, why is Klopp not signing? Because he needed a striker maybe, and he knows him, and other maybe managers who needed centre forwards. I think the doubts have got to be removed now on Aubameyang. I feel for me that he doesn't get appreciated anywhere near as much as he should do. I think his quality performance is at the highest level. And if he's playing for a more, I suppose, a club like Liverpool at this moment in time, or City, I think probably even Rashford and Martial get more airtime than Aubameyang because of Manchester United link maybe. Maybe it's from us as well. We're all guilty. But I think this lad's been absolutely sensational and needs now to be given the credit he deserves.
Should he?
Yes, he should. And I agree totally with everything that you said. I think one of the reasons why he's not, and I'm going to look at a graphic now, and he's top of all the goal scoring charts, was his actual record in the big games. And you actually look here, the minutes.
The big six.
Yeah, against the big six. Now, I think when you're playing those big games, that they're always televised. It's always the result that's on the back pages. So if he's not actually scoring in those games, now the Arsenal team he's playing is not great. So it's not easy. So I get that.